large university in the middle of the UK. We have about 30,000 students, 3,000 staff, 2 campuses. I'm Head of Learner Development at Birmingham City University. That means I lead a team which supports students with their academic skills and their academic development, but I also lead the digital assessment provision at the university as well. I think universities need to think about what they want to achieve with digital assessment and digital transformation. What is it you actually want to get out of it? And then you've got a strategy, you can build a strategy to work towards that. At BCU, we put in place a pilot to start with, so we could try various things out. We wanted to try different softwares, try different approaches, and that worked really well because it highlighted to us what we needed from our software, from our systems, from our approach, and from our model ultimately, which we could then expand out into the rest of the university.
And I'm Ashmore, so I'm the digital assessment designer for BCU, and it's my job to lead the team who deliver the digital assessments at the university. I would say the forefront of any digital transformation is staff training. I think ultimately staff are going to distribute that digital advancement to students, so they need to really understand what they're delivering and how it will impact students.
The other thing I would say is be willing to be flexible and to change and to evolve. Don't be rigid in your expectations, because there will be things that are unexpected, things that happen like a pandemic or other things that change, and you need to be flexible enough and responsive enough to change your model and to change your ultimate goals, I think.
At BCU we use a hybrid model where students can opt to either take their exam from campus in a more traditional style, but over the last 2 years we've seen a change, a quite significant change in students moving to taking their exam from home. There have been less issues with people being nervous about the proctoring. We have very strict GDPR usage about how we use that footage, and I think students becoming more comfortable with it has meant that they're happy to take their exam from the comfort of their own home with a device they're familiar with.
I think there are advantages to the university, which for us have been in terms of use of the estate. We used to need to hire external space to hold large exams which were paper-based on campus, and we no longer have to do that because we moved to digital exams and we made a lot of them remote, and that meant students could take those exams in their own homes. We didn't need to hire those halls, we didn't need to spend our money in that direction. It's also added a lot of flexibility for students because we've moved to this sort of remote delivery model. So when we ran our pilot, we tried 2 different softwares with the expectation that we would probably choose one at the end of the pilot. Both our softwares offered different things in terms of proctoring, and when we came to procure the software, when we moved to business as usual, we actually decided that we wanted to retain 2 different systems. We use one for lower stakes exams at level 3 and 4 often, and external facing exams. And we use Digiexam for our higher stakes exams at level 5, 6 and 7, and particularly PSRB exams. And that system had so much flexibility and worked so well for us. We didn't want to compromise on that, so ultimately we looked for 2 different systems, and that is what we got in the end.
I think the main advantage is modernising the university in a way that prepares students for the way the world works now, especially in this digital environment.
Being open and honest and communicating effectively around the university has been a huge reason for our success. We talk to people about what their needs are, we try to meet those needs, we aren't rigid in what we offer, we try to meet everyone's need as best we can. Another reason for our success has been we've had support from our senior management at the university, and that's really vital in making sure that everyone is on board with digital assessment, and I think that's been a really big part of it. We have several different systems that we use at BCU. Digiexam is a very flexible system. It offers us the opportunity to use it as a full exam system, delivers the exam and proctors the exam, but it also enables us to use it as a proctoring shell around other exam delivery systems. So we can use it with our VLE, which we do a lot. So I think one of the wins we've had is that we are able to reduce the staff time that's devoted to exam creation, exam paper creation and marking, and they can then repurpose that time for better quality student support, teaching, developing more creative exams.
For us, the main sort of niche Digiexam satisfied, and the reason we chose it was because of how flexible it is to use with our VLE and how easy it is to train staff to use. So some of our other platforms aren't as accessible for staff, but this one staff have really taken a liking to, in that it can be used with assessments that have already been pre-written. It's very easy to flexibly fit Digiexam into assessments that already exist, which is a great way of easing staff into the transition. We also really support the live proctoring aspect, which we use when students take their assessments from home on their own device. And then I think it's very easy for students to use as well. So it's a very good platform for this transition.
Flexible, reliable, easy to use.
Number one would be flexibility. I think second would be ease of use. And then thirdly, I'd say dependable. We've never really experienced any long-term issues with Digiexam. It's always been there to be used in the assessments. Offline features work great to capture footage or capture the assessment if there's an issue with Wi-Fi or internet, which is especially useful when students take their exam from home in case their Wi-Fi drops out.